Hello Instagram, hello Facebook, hello YouTube, hello podcast, hello to anyone and everyone. If you are watching wherever you're watching from, let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, let me know. Comment below, comment the words mindset, and I'll tell you that you're awesome. All right, so first of all, my name is Kyra Napoli, aka The Domestic Beauty, and during this time in this new season of my life, I'm the Mindset Mentor. Okay, also known as the Mindset Mentor. Now, I want to first of all thank you all very, very much for the outpour of love and support from last week's video. I did jump on last week. If you didn't see it, go back and have a look in either Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're listening from. And I did draw the line in the sand. I was like, you know what? I love makeup and skincare, but I am not just makeup and skincare. I am a pretty awesome leader. And by pretty, I mean I'm a damn awesome leader. I have been training for almost 2 years now in my business with our corporate crew, and I have so much to share, and I want to bring that to my social media platforms, because I think that through my stories and through some things that I've learned, some pretty tough things that I've learned, some humble pie that I've eaten, that you guys will benefit hugely from me being able to show up genuinely and positively and help you guys with what you might be going through as well. So there is so much that I do want to touch on in the next however long, forever, including, you know, as I said, eating humble pie, our IVF journey, our house from hell journey, the situations we're in now, all those things, right? But today we are chatting something really, really, really important to not just me, to others. And this is something that I get asked all the time, and I know why, but we are chatting time management. So the title of this video is Navigating Life's Demands While Staying Committed to Your Goals. And I do have quite a few notes for you, because I feel like I really want to bring the value for you guys. So I am brainstorming every single video that I do to make sure, and I want to say that I've brainstormed it over the last 3 days. ChatGPT and I have gone to town on it, and I'm making sure that you guys get the value out of what I am talking about. So basically, managing a busy life while still pursuing our personal and professional objectives. And how do we do that? And how do we cope? And how do we set our goals? And how do we hit our goals in a really, what seems like super intensely busy time for a lot of us? How do we keep going and strive and hit those goals while being thrown all these different things that life often throws at us? So we're going to chat a little bit about the significance of time and your time in general, and we're going to talk about a realistic approach to time management. I'm going to learn eventually not to talk with my hands so much, but it's just something that I do. So if you're jumping on, make sure you say hello. As I said, if you are watching this in any other platform or hearing it on the podcast, which hopefully soon will be up soon, please make sure that you are tagging me and you're sharing it with anyone you think that needs to hear what it is that I share. All right, so everyone has the same 24-hour period. Okay, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And I'm sure, hands up if you've ever heard someone say that, right? The first time I heard that, I was like, yeah, you're right, but no one deals with what I deal with, and blah, 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 right? We all have the same 24 hours, and we all have things that we have to do, right? We either have jobs, or we have kids, and we have all the things. And then we have downtime, and then, you know, hopefully we have downtime, and then we have chores that we have to complete. But we all have the same amount of time in one day. Now, it's really, really, really important that we identify time as the wonderful resource that it is, but more importantly, how valuable your time is. And it's through a lot of learning that I've had to do. I am almost 40 years old. I just turned 39. I'm almost 40 years old, and I am still learning how valuable my time is, and how realistic I need to be with it. I'm learning how many things can get done at once. I'm learning how not to overwhelm myself with too many tasks at once. But as I said, to be realistic with my goals. All right. So whether your time, whether we're looking at it from a home point of view, a personal point of view, or a professional point of view, because we all have the ability to be completely split down the middle and have that, want to have that work-life balance, whether it's a 9 to 5 that you do, whether you run your own business, whether you have kids, or whether you are in a different season of your life. We all need to make sure that we are prioritizing our time in either fashion. Now, what work-life balance means to you is going to be different to what it means to me. I love to work, right? That might sound a bit strange to some people, but I actually really love to work. So as part of my work-life balance, running one of my businesses actually brings me a lot of joy, and doing what I do right now actually brings me a lot of joy. So it's part of my life balance. So it's not just work, it's actually part of it fills up my life bucket as well. So our work-life balance is never going to be 50-50. For some of you, you might thrive at 70-30. But that is something that you guys need to really do the work on and figure out what's right for you. So, I've always, and I want to say always, in the last couple of years, through my professional careers and through home life and all that kind of stuff, I truly believe that every task that we do requires a certain amount of energy and a certain amount of time. So if you want to do a task and do it right and have it be thorough and completed, whether it's work or home, you need to dedicate a certain amount of time to it. So for example, our tax, our BAS, every quarter, guys, every quarter, I am the deadline girl. I was up last night doing the tax thing, doing the BAS thing for our charter business. And I'm like, every quarter, I'm like, oh my God, I hate myself. Why do I keep doing this? Right. So this is something that I'm working on. My time management needs to include small spaces of time throughout the quarter to get it done so that I am not racing to the finish line. I do thrive on a deadline, but not like that. That is not a fun deadline. Never a fun deadline. So there is so much that I'm working on myself, which is why I feel like if I'm sharing, a problem shared is a problem halved, right? You guys might be going through something similar. It might not be BAS, it might be something else, but it is something that, we all struggle with. So not only does every task you complete require a little bit of your energy or a lot of your energy, your focus, your time, there needs to be a balance of the amount of time you have to the amount of energy you have. So for example, you might have a particular task. I'm just going to use the BAS because that's what I've been doing in the last couple of days. I knew that I had a certain amount of time. I had small pockets of time through the last week or so to get this done. However, so I know maybe I have an hour after work or after the kids go to sleep, and each night I would be like, cool, I'm going to do the tax now. I'm going to do the BAS now. This is what we're going to do. The issue is I don't have the energy for it. Now, up to a little while ago, I was pushing myself so hard that I would complete tasks at nighttime and, and I wouldn't get to bed till midnight, and then the kids are up at God knows what hour. And it's like, I really, that burnout feeling comes quite quickly. And so something that I've had to really readjust is what time do I have and how much energy do I have? So I might have an hour to complete something, but I have the energy of about 15 minutes to do it. So I have the focus ability for 15 minutes. So making sure that we understand in ourselves, and this is just through pushing myself to burnout multiple times, that I've learnt that my energy has to match the time. So what it means is I allocate smaller amounts of time. So instead of an hour each night, maybe I'm doing 15 minutes each night of a particular task, because that's what I have the energy for. And then making sure that I set that boundary, which boundaries is something I really want to chat about. So that'll be a completely different video. But making sure that we set that boundary that goes, okay, cool, I've given it what I can, and now I'm done. So that's sort of moving on to the realistic side of setting your goals, right? I don't mean goals as in, just small goals or big, dream big type situations. Any goal that you have on a daily basis, any goal that you have on a weekly basis, any goal, monthly, yearly, 5 years, 10 years, making sure that you constantly have that in mind, which I'll talk about in a second. But have the energy to match the time, because there's been so many times, guys, that I've gone to bed going, I didn't get it done. I didn't get to it, or the kids needed me and I had to do this for this person, and school needs this tomorrow, and work needs this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not allocating my time or using my time bubbles correctly, right? Or efficiently enough. All right. So something that I get asked a lot is, how do I manage my time? And the reason why I ask that is because from an outside perspective, and inside, guys, it's real. From an outside perspective, I have quite a busy lifestyle. We have 3 young kids. We have 3 young kids, so 9, 7, and 4. Right, almost all at primary school, almost there. 3 young kids. I'm a wife, obviously a mum. We have school activities. We have kinder, every now and again there's kinder activities. We have 4 to 5 sporting activities per week, depending on the season. And we have other commitments, family commitments, right? So that is a really busy schedule. My husband and I run multiple businesses, and I'm also an employee. I also work a 9 to 5, although it's never 9 to 5. It's a 9 to 3 or a 9 to 2 type situation. But I also enjoy being an employee, right? So I enjoy partly being my own boss, partly working with my husband, partly being an employee, and being mum always, being wife always, and then the running around of all the kids' schedules. So it's a really, really busy lifestyle. The reason I am able to do, and also part of that lifestyle includes travel. So I have, over the last 2 years, traveled quite a bit, quite regularly, interstate quite regularly, for my business, to be a part of some forums that I was chosen for, which were fantastic and amazing. But having to organize that at the same time and be away from my schedule, it's okay when I'm in my schedule, but be away from my schedule, that is a whole nother kettle of fish. But what I am able to do, and something that I've learned over time, is actually use those pockets of time really, really wisely. So I will identify a pocket of time, whether I'm waiting in the car or I have 15 minutes before, between work and school drop off. I will recognize a pocket of time and go into action mode immediately, because I know how important those 5, 10, 15 minute blocks are, that I can identify them and I can take action immediately. And that is whether I am at home and it's a home task that needs to be done. It might be preparing food. It might be putting a load of washing on. It might be doing the dishwasher. It might be folding some clothes and putting them away quickly. To work where I as in like my business, I might be able to edit a video that I've created super quickly. I might be able to, and mind you, once you do these tasks over and over again, you identify the time, you identify that it doesn't take long, and you take that action. So I might be able to create content super quickly. I am quite good at that. I can create content pretty quickly. And you know, when I first started on social media, it took me ages to press the live button. It took me ages to do a reel. I would sit on my desk right now and I would prepare, okay, everything's got to be perfect and everything's got to be, no, we don't aim for perfection here. We do not aim for perfection here. We aim for progress, and every little bit of time is progress. And we focus in those small amounts of time that we have, and we nudge closer and closer to our goals by taking that action in those small spaces of time. Mic drop, right? So being able to identify those small pockets of time, knowing what it is that you need to do in those moments, it's how can I get closer? For example, if say my daily goal is I need to get the laundry room clean, I need to get the clothes done, and I need to get to the laundromat to dry them, right? Cool. So I've got 15 minutes here. I might start doing it before I drop off the kids. While the kettle boils, I might go chuck on the washing. It's using those times. Now, that is not multitasking. Multitasking is a whole nother video. Multitasking is something to be very, very wary of, because a lot of the time we don't get a lot done. We actually only get 70% of the task done if we are multitasking. There are some things that you can multitask that don't require your brain as much, but that is a whole nother video. So again, identifying your pockets of time and using them wisely. Using them going, oh, I've got this, let's go. All right, so I do sort of say, and I do often say a little bit that I thrive in chaos. Now, as I said, I've got a busy schedule, and I know that because I have a jam-packed schedule, I know that I have to use my time wisely. If I take time off, for example, and I have a whole week to do something, best believe it's going to take me a week to do it. If I had to paint a room and I had 3 days to do it, I would still be painting at the stroke of midnight on the third day. But if I've got a jam-packed schedule and I have half an hour here, half an hour there, I might have 3 hours here, I'm going to get it done in that time. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I do not recommend, obviously, that you guys go out and commit yourself to 4 or 5 sports per week with the kids, run around here, there, and everywhere. I don't recommend that you go out and purchase a business and run your own other business and become an employee and do all these things so that you've got a busy schedule. There is nothing, you do not need to go and be busy, right? You don't need to be busy. You don't need to be busy. This is the season of my life. This is the season of that I am in. I know that one day I won't be so busy. I know that one day I won't be needed to drive here, there, and everywhere. I know that. But I'm not waiting until that time to nudge closer to my goals. I'm not waiting until the time is perfect to hit that goal. I am making sure that I can get there each and every day. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's hitting where it needs to. I know Facebook is being really silly with the Wi-Fi at the moment. It's really annoying. But anyway, that's fine. We are here and we're going to keep going. Okay. So as I said, I don't recommend that you guys go out and get busy. Get busy. Yeah. Okay. That's what you want. But be busy, right? All right. So you have to be realistic, as I said, about your time, your energy. Don't overcommit yourself to tasks, making sure that you are, you're realistic. And this does not mean, being realistic about your goals does not mean you can't dream big. Does not mean that you can't dream big and have the dream house and the dream car and the dream holiday. Not at all. If you have a busy lifestyle just like mine, it might mean that you can have all those things. It might take you just a little bit longer to get there. But what I want you to do is have it in your subconscious mind all the time. This particular goal that you have, again, whether it's a daily, monthly, yearly, you need to have these goals in mind all the time. And a trick of mine is to leave a hint somewhere for yourself. It might be a picture. It might be a couple of words. It might be something that you've got in your wallet. It might be something that you go, for example, you might want to pay off a credit card, right? You might be like, I need to get out of debt. I want to pay off a credit card. I want you, every time you see that credit card in your wallet, I want you to remember that's what I want to do, right? And I want you to nudge closer to that goal. So that might be you need to sit and financially plan. That might be next time you open your wallet and you think about buying something that you go, oh, I maybe don't need that. Maybe I don't need that. Another thing is it might be a holiday. Maybe you want to go on a family holiday. So maybe you have a picture of the destination that you want. Say it's Thailand, Bali, Europe, whatever. Maybe you have a picture of that holiday somewhere in your lounge room, your kitchen, your desk, your bedroom, wherever. And if you want to get there by running your own business, and you want to get there, nudging closer and closer to your goal, you need to have that around. You need to have that surrounding you so that they're little hints for you to keep motivated. Again, it could be anything. It could be house related. You might want to renovate. You might have a picture of a hammer. I don't know, maybe Thor's hammer. You might have a picture somewhere, or you might have something that brings you back to focus and being like, that's right. That's why I'm doing this. I need to nudge closer. That's right. That's why I need to do this. And a friend of mine once said to me that everything that we do is a choice. Doing your washing is a choice. Washing your dishes is a choice. Having clean clothes is a choice. We might feel like we have to do that. Yeah, okay, cool. We have to do that. But guess what? If we don't do that, there's consequences. So everything is a choice. We choose to do it. If not, there's consequences. Right? So remember, once I sort of wrapped my head around that, oh my God, all of this, everything that I do, I'm choosing to do, or else there's consequences, it made me feel like I had a little bit more control, which helps. All right. So when setting goals, as I said, doesn't mean we can't dream big, but when setting goals, we need to make sure that we are realistic, and we need to stay productive. And we do that by leaving ourselves little hints. I'd love to know what it is that you are looking, what kind of goal you've got. It could be, I want a clean house. Is that realistic when you've got three kids, a dog, and all that kind of stuff? Who knows? But yes, right? The other thing is you have to be connected to it. So not only leaving hints for yourself, you actually have to be connected. You actually have to be connected to the goal. You have to feel connected to the goal. There's been a lot of times that I've set a goal and been like, yeah, I didn't really get there. I'll have time for that. I'll do that later. Again, I didn't get there. But then thinking, did I actually want that? Or was that what I think other people wanted for me? Was that a goal that I was connected to? Or was that something that I just felt like I had to do? I don't feel connected to that. So I'm not going to be setting myself on the path to achieve that. You have to feel connected to your goal. That way you're going to be able to pick those little times, and you're going to be able to take that action towards it and nudge towards it every single day. All right. Again, the busy lifestyle, as I mentioned before, that is not for everyone. That is not for everyone. You have the choice to do what you want with your time. Make sure you know that it's valuable. Every single moment is valuable. We all have the same 24-hour period. Make sure that what you are looking to achieve, you have some sort of connection to. At the moment, I'm going to tell you, we are cleaning out one of the spaces in our house, which is the kids' It's like a spare lounge room. It is their toy room. It is the most, I'm going to say heavy room, because I feel like I carry this room with me all day. It is so messy. It is so full of toys. I have gotten rid of about 6 or 7 bags of stuff today. And that is my goal, because I cannot wait to see what we can actually do with that space. And they're starting to grow up. They don't need the baby toys anymore. So that is actually a goal of mine, is to have that space for all of us to use. All right, so again, call to action, right? Let's go there. Call to action. I want you guys to, first of all, know what's most time consuming to you. If you have a particular goal in mind, what is most time consuming to you? Can it be delegated? Are there things that you're doing during the day that are taking up your time that can actually be delegated? If not, can they be broken down into smaller bursts of time? Right? So can you identify smaller bursts or little bubbles of time that you can then use to take action to nudge you closer towards your goals each day? Because I want you guys to go to bed each night going, cool, I'm 1 step closer. Cool, I'm half a step closer. Cool, I'm 3 steps closer. And life throws things at us. I had a full list of things to do today, of which I got a call from the school. One of my kids had to come home early. It happens. It totally happens. We rearrange. Am I going to be upset that I didn't tick all those boxes today? Absolutely not. Because I'm still nudging towards those goals that I have every single day. And I know that I will have small amounts of time tomorrow, small amounts of time the next day, and I'm going to use that time wisely. So making sure that you are identifying those times and you're using them wisely. All right, so I want to leave you by saying, guys, embrace the chaos. If you are in a chaotic lifestyle at the moment and you feel like you don't have a lot of control, remember to take moments of take a breath, but embrace that chaos, because it's not always going to be there. I tell myself this every single day. It's not always going to be there. There are going to be times where I am not needed as much as I am now. And as I said, I'm still not going to wait for my dreams just because life gets in the way. All right, so stay connected with me, guys. Make sure that you connect with me on any of the platforms. On Instagram, I am Kyra Napoli _ The Domestic Beauty. On Facebook, I am The Domestic Beauty. You can look at the Domestic Beauty page. I think on TikTok, I'm Kyra Napoli, I think. As I said, this will be up on the podcast soon. I do have an email list. If you want to go on that, just comment the word mindset and you'll be popped onto my email list, which a couple of times a week you'll receive an email from me just to, to keep you going, hopefully, and put you in that positive frame of mind. Once again, I'm your mindset mentor. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I will chat to everyone very, very soon. Bye-bye, Facebook. Bye-bye, Instagram.